Hi all, and welcome to my Baldur's Gate 3 Comprehensive Guide, Episode 1, the game mode that is best for you. So this is the screen you'll be welcome to, depending on the platform you are playing on. I am playing on PC desktop. I am using a controller for medical reasons. I won't go into in this video. That I do talk about that a lot on my live streams, which you're welcome to join. 2 PM Central European time every day. Right, let's get away from that. So you go to new game, and I'll go in order of the most difficult to the least difficult. The most difficult is custom, because you need to know how the game works before you start playing around with this. The second most difficult is honor mode, unless you've played the game extensively or you're very familiar with Dungeons and Dragons and games like this, CRPGs. Stay away from honor mode until you've completed the others. My advice is, if you do want to complete honor mode, go to Google, hit up YouTube, and type in BG3 speedrunner and follow them. Honestly, it's easier. I tried honor mode. I got to the end of the first act. There are 3 acts in Baldur's Gate 3. I got to the end of Act 1 and died. I haven't gone back to it since because I need to do some more research. I have 2,000 hours in this game. Tactician is the next hardest, so this is going from hardest to easiest. Number 1 is custom, 2 honor, 3 is tactician. The bosses are harder, the combat's harder, you get less resources to do crafting, etc, etc. So I'd stay away from that one until you've completed it on balanced first. The next hardest, so again 1, 2, 3 and hardest, is Explorer. A narrative experience placing story before combat. That's a lie. I have played all the way through to Act 3 on Explorer. I then realised my mistake, deleted the game, started again. I'm at the end of Act 1 on another playthrough. Explorer, you get the same amount of combat in Explorer as you do in Balanced and Tactician. The amount of combat doesn't change at all. The enemy has less hit points and they have fewer or no abilities. However, there is a feature that is included in Balanced, Tactician and Honor that isn't included in Explorer, and that's a feature called Multiclass. For those of you new to this particular version of the game, Multiclass allows you to take one character and put different levels of different classes into that character. For example, you could put levels into Fighter, so you're an upfront fighter dealing lots of damage with melee weapons, but then after a while you could say, well, actually I want to also find traps and unlock treasure chests on that same character, and you could put a couple of levels into Rogue, allowing you to be this upfront damage dealer but also be a kind of scout. You can't do that in Explorer. Multiclassing is locked. So if you wanted to have a fighter and then a rogue, that's 2 different characters you'd have to have in your party at all times. In my personal opinion, because of this reason, Explorer is about 60% or more harder than Balanced mode, because although the combat is harder in Balanced, you have the ability to multi-class, and if you find a really good build guide online, then actually Balanced is a lot easier than Explorer. If you're playing Baldur's Gate for the very first time, you should be on Balanced. Hands down, all the time, this is where you need to be. If you're familiar with CRPGs or the D&D universe, then go Tactician. If you're finding Tactician too hard, come out. Start again in Balanced. that is my suggestion after 2,000 hours in live and about, I think I cracked 300 hours in early access, which is irrelevant, I just like to say that. That's my best advice. I am working on a perfected walkthrough for a good run all the way through Act 1, Act 2 and Act 3. I may release it in bits because it's taking a while to perfect Act 3. I'm also will be releasing build guides on the commonly played builds I do. So that's all coming up as part of this comprehensive guide. For now, for this episode, that's it. That's all I have to say. So just as a reminder, for various reasons in order of difficulty, Custom is the hardest, Honor second hardest, Tactician, Explorer, Balanced. Thanks for tuning in. More coming at a future date.